Waltham Schools posted an opening for a new principal at McDevitt Middle School on Monday. It's a sign that Superintendent Susan Nicholson still wants Beth Gavin gone by the end of the school year in spite of a wellspring of support at last week's school committee meeting.
And I always want to do my best at school because she is very encouraging. Thank you.
Our children deserve the stability that Ms. Gavin can provide.
For hours on end, roughly 65 parents, relatives, elected officials, and current and former students spoke favorably of the McDevitt Middle School principal.
She's the one you wanted your kids to have.
Ms. Gavin was the first adult at school that I really looked up to.
And I think it'll be a huge loss for the community.
I see Principal Gavin everywhere, soccer fields, Moody Street 5K, baseball games.
Mrs. Gavin made every single one of us feel like we have a purpose. She made us feel like we matter.
To many of you, it might not matter what some 13-year-old has to say, but I hope you remember this later on when you realize that letting go of Miss Gavin was a huge mistake.
She changed my life.
With having dealt with Mrs. Gavin for 8 years with 4 different students, I cannot recall, and I've tried hard to think, not one time where I made a phone call or sent an email and we couldn't come to an agreement.
They also asked Nicholson to reconsider and renew Gavin's contract.
Please give Beth Gavin the opportunity to stay in Waltham. We need her here. Thank you.
In early May, in a shocking move, the outgoing superintendent told Gavin her contract would not be renewed beyond June 30th. No explanation was given, leading to widespread frustration among supporters.
If Mrs. Gavin has done something egregious, something illegal, something which endangers our children, we have a right to know what it is.
Not everyone spoke in favor of Gavin.
She was not a good principal.
This father supported the superintendent's decision, saying his child was bullied at McDevitt, and Gavin never acknowledged it.
This has had a profound negative effect on our child.
The 45-year-old Gavin has worked for Waltham Schools for 21 years, initially as a middle school English teacher and since 2010 as the principal of McDevitt. The school committee listened to all the comments but were not allowed to respond. Nicholson has ultimate authority over contract renewals. Her term also ends on June 30th.
Just because you are leaving doesn't mean you need to ruin someone else's life.
She will be succeeded by Drew Eccleston. For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.